Welcome back to Philippines Uncut. I'm Buddy Cunanan. Tonight's topic is Earth Day, and the special guest is Councilor Hexon Alvarez from Santiago City, which lies in Isabela province. So Hex, welcome back to our second segment. Now, when we paused for a break, we talked about the tree situation, the forest situation in Isabela, and very alarming really that so much of our forests have been cut, and as you said, not just through logging, but also through people making charcoal, kaingin, all that. But what percent of Isabela's forests still remain? I mean, would you have an idea or a guesstimate?
Not off the top of my head, but from what I know, I believe that our current forest coverage has improved by over 30 to 40% in the past 5 years.
Very good.
So that's actually something positive that we can look at.
This is an initiative of the governor.
Well, yes. This is actually the initiative of the local government and also, of course, the national government to reforest the denuded areas through their integrated forest management system. And
you mentioned that you guys at the council have a project where you invite people to, to replant, like to adopt a certain area and reforest, so to speak.
Well, that's actually a national initiative, and then the local government unit just assists whenever possible.
How successful has that been in Isabela? In Santiago City and around, because that's really your jurisdiction.
In Santiago City, there really isn't any forest area to speak of, because it's really all it's
urban.
It's urban. So I'm really not that privy to the statistics with regard to that. However, with regard to our efforts on the Clean and Green program and to try to adopt sustainable, management systems that not only, assists economic development, but it also ensures, our environmental protection for our future.
What Clean and Green programs do you have in Santiago? I mean, existing or in the pipeline?
Well, I'm actually real proud to say that Santiago City recently won an award from the Department of Education to have one of the greenest schools, and this they were the national champions from the Dubinan East Elementary School. So our initiatives, although need a lot more attention and funding, they're already there in the pipeline. So, na-raise na natin yung social awareness tsaka education.
How is this all being received by your constituents, by the people of Santiago? Are people there green-minded, so to speak, or environmentally aware as their counterparts in, let's say, the more developed cities?
Well, I think because of the advent of all of these recent natural disasters, so
an eye-opener.
It has been an eye-opener for everyone, and this is a great opportunity for green legislators or green people in government to make use of this.
For sure.
And really try to promote and try to push for, realistic local legislations that can be sustained. Kasi mahirap din masyadong lofty na ideal, although we should always aim for that. However, we need to temper that with
and the key word really mentions sustainability, because what's good of a program if, let's say, after 3 years or a change of mayor, change of councilors,
wala ka nang kwentang politiko pag ganun.
It ends, di ba? And then
pangit kasi yung ganun, because that's really counter to the principles of good governance, because one of the cornerstones of good governance, you have to be able to have a program that can be sustained and even after your term, tuloy-tuloy yung progress.
Ano mo problema, Hex? I think sakit ng Pilipino yan. Kasi alam mo dito, pag halimbawa project ng predecessor, ayaw na. Parang gusto bago yung People want their own thing, di ba?
They want their own
when,
thing.
you know, continuing a good idea is not a bad thing, no?
That's right. That's right. That's right. And I've always advocated that, whether or not they come from, you know, a different political party.
For sure.
As long as basta nakakabuti yan sa bayan.
Yes, at the end of the
Hindi
day,
dapat,
di ba, it's the people who benefit. So,
Totoo yun,
kahit
totoo.
kanino pa nanggaling ang idea na yun, di ba? Dapat
Oo.
push nyo.
Dapat.
Now, I understand you're also the president of the Philippine Councilors League for Region 2. Am I correct?
That's right. Actually, I'm the chairperson of the Region 2 Council of the Philippine Council.
Chairperson, okay, of the Region 2 Council.
Yes, and I'm also the president of the Santiago City chapter.
Okay.
So concurrently, I'm holding two positions, and by virtue of that, I also sit on the national board of the Philippine Councilors League.
Okay, that's a lot of responsibility.
It is, actually.
It must take a lot of your time, aside from your work in Santiago.
It does, but you know, it's also a great opportunity to, you know, interlock,
For sure.
you know, interlock all of these other resources and then channel it properly in order to promote whatever, you know, social advocacy you really want to support.
Let's talk about the PCL, the Philippine Councilors League. Now, okay, a lot of people hear about the Mayor's League,
That's
right?
right,
I mean,
that's
but,
right.
but you guys, and I have to say, I actually didn't hear about you guys until we were planning this interview. So, tell us about the Philippine Councilors League. Like, how big is the organization? I mean, how often do you meet? Where do you meet? What are your objectives?
Okay, so well, the Philippine Councilors League is actually the largest government organization, or you know, parang clubs of all of the elected officials. Kasi meron kang liga ng barangay, meron kang liga ng ano, Mayor's League, Vice
Yes,
Mayor's
yeah,
League,
Vice Mayor's
Governor's
League,
League, ang
yes.
dami. And these are all under the DILG. Ang PCL, Philippine Councilors League, is the largest one kasi kami yung pinakamarami kasi bawat municipality ang dami namin eh. So like from our city we are 11 actually, 11.
Okay.
So imagine we're 17,000 I believe, all members in good standing. So we're the
Wow.
largest government organization. So you can imagine the potential that resides within that.
For sure.
Trying to interlock that. One of the programs that I've been trying to push for was actually the creation of an e-library for all of, at least initially within my region, within Region 2, para naya-access lahat ng mga existing ordinances, resolutions within a particular city or municipality na pwede din kuhanan or talagang gawin, you know, basihan para din sa kanila.
Yes.
Because the problem here is information dissemination. Nakakalungkot dahil yung mga kapwa kong konsihal minsan ay hindi nabibigyan ng sapat na materyales at yung mga tools in order for them to, you know, do their job correctly.
Yes.
Yan. Minsan, bago sila, hindi pa nila naintindihan paano ka gagalaw. Mahirap gumawa ng batas eh.
Of course, it's
I
not
mean,
easy.
like,
Oh.
I myself, I already have a law background, but you know, it takes time. I mean, you have to.
It's not easy, no?
It's not easy. It's not easy. And ang minsan ang nakakalungkot, minsan nagiging copy-paste ng ugali. Alam mo yung gagayahin na lang yun. Which is, I mean, not that I'm, you know, frowning upon that. I mean, but the thing is, you have to be able to tailor fit your local ordinances.
Sure, for sure.
That suit the needs.
I mean, maybe there's a template that you
Yes,
follow, and then
yes.
maybe the content changes, but there again, there are forms to be followed when
That's right,
you
that's
do all this local legislation in general, no? No, but it's good you talk about online library, kasi, and I assume that the public will also have access to this.
Definitely. They'll be able to download and, you know, they'll be kept abreast of what their elected officials have been doing. I mean, have they been actually doing their job correctly? I mean,
Very good, very good.
have they been legislating the right laws? Have they been calling the right committee hearings? Have they been, you know, addressing the needs of the community?
Have other, I mean, is there a similar database or online library elsewhere? Do you know? Are you aware?
Well, you have the local. I mean, you have the law libraries of the different law schools.
No, but what I mean is something initiated by people like you. like from local government?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
However,
Because I haven't heard really of something like this.
Yeah, so this was one of the projects that we'd like to spearhead
The PCL.
within the PCL.
Well, if it
within the
starts there,
region.
that's already huge, you know?
Yeah, it's going to be, once we get in the region, then it'll be adopted by every region, then national. Galing. You'll have the...
And then, the PCL also affords you excellent opportunity for networking and
That's right.
for social change, because all of you are in a really in a position
That's
to
right,
affect
that's
communities, no? On the ground level kayo, di ba?
That's right,
So
grassroots.
You guys are really grassroots.
That's right. We're really grassroots. Andun na kami sa mga barangay.
Oh.
Kami yung kausap talaga ng taong bayan.
Oo, kayo yung pressing the flesh, really.
That's
no?
right.
You guys.
So it really has to begin.
How cohesive
us.
though is the organization? I mean, is it 17,000 is a lot of people.
It's a lot of
And
people.
so it's very impressive on paper, no? But getting all of these together in one, okay, let's put it this way, making the ship sail in one direction, 17,000 ships. I mean, how cohesive is the organization? What are you guys doing to bring you guys closer together?
Well, we just recently concluded our national convention and election of national officers. This was held at the SMX. A few
Well,
months
wow,
ago.
I mean, no wonder you need a big venue like that. No?
Yeah, and it was still jam-packed. Hindi pa rin kami nakasya. Pero it was successful, and I believe that the new administration was able to lay down, their plans for the future of the league. Kasi ang motto ng PCL public service above self. So it's self-explanatory naman. And I think one of the important obligations of this is to empower local legislators, to give them an opportunity to be able to do their job correctly. Kasi aminin na rin natin, yung mga baguhan na konsihal, minsan hindi pa nila alam kung...
For sure. I mean, government service is not easy. I mean, hindi naman, okay, na-elect ka, and then, I mean, the hard part is, and then what? But you're elected,
right,
and then
that's
what?
right,
And then
that's
what do I do, no?
That's
Are you
right.
guys doing something to have like a training program for...
That's right. Actually, the PCL has its own Philippine Legislative Academy. So
Galing.
this allows local legislators who, let's say, are undergraduates. They can actually get a ladderized, credits or units, or they can even take up their masters or even their doctorates. Actually, I believe that within Santiago City, our majority floor leader is actually a graduate of that, and also our vice mayor is also one of the first batches that graduated from the Philippine Legislative Academy.
I wish more people or more aspiring politicians would think the way you guys do. I mean, you're even just talking on the municipal level. Can you imagine how difficult it is to enact legislation on a national level?
I know.
And yet you have all these people wanting to be senators or congressmen or senators. And I'll say it. I mean, a lot of them, not a few, not a few of them have, their qualifications are in question, really. But so it really is a tough job, and I'm glad you guys in the PCL are doing your bit to, at least at your level, getting people prepared, because you guys, from the council level, really is a springboard for higher office, because you're really exposed to local legislation, as you said,
right,
and then
that's
grassroots organization, community development, and all that. No?
That's right. That's right.
Okay, cool. So, Hex, we're going to pause for a break, but we're going to talk about Earth Day and what you guys are doing in Santiago, the tallest
right.
mural in the
Okay,
Philippines, and
awesome,
Philippines
great.
Uncut returns. Stay tuned, guys.